The Magic Show is brought to you by StarCityGames.com, and check this out. StarCityGames.com is now offering the Liz Nugent Creature Collection. You can purchase sleeves, dice bags, playmats, deck boxes, card boxes, and card dividers, all with the brand new Penguin design. Plus, 2 free Penguin tokens will be included with every order over $5 between now and February 1st, and included with all Gatecrash pre-orders. Visit StarCityGames.com and order your Liz Nugent Creature Collection products today. Hello everybody and welcome to another edition of the Magic Show. This week we dive right into Gatecrash and I'm not wasting any time. First up, I swear I never thought it could happen, but I believe I actually undersold my preview. Yes, for that I will be beaten and sacked. But did Boros Charm not only become the best charm but go straight into Legacy Burn? And the Commander and Cube applications are enormous. Boros Charm, then Armageddon, Chroma's Vengeance. Double Strike is pretty absurd when Geist of St. Traft is involved, right? And how about Delver's Secrets? Yeah, he's been down for a while, but this is just the type of spell to get him back in the game in Red, White, Blue Delver. I mean, for me, what I hope for every preview is that it's good enough to go into my cube, and this one not only does that, it's right up there with Sword of Feast and Famine as one of the very best previews I've ever gotten. Okay, now, cool new stuff. Holy crap, Frontline Medic. Firstly, this Frontline meme thing is absolutely hilarious. This is what you would describe as a top-down design. Why? Because much like the others that weren't quite so awkward in the past, it exists to stop things and answer things, such as Bonfire of the Damned, or in this case, the meme here, Sphinx's Revelation, which doesn't make a lot of sense basically at all. Calling it a frontline anything infers that it's a soldier when it's not, and medic usually involves healing and fixing and not necessarily indestructibility. It doesn't really matter because turn 1 Manador, turn 2 Frontline Medic, and turn 3 Hellrider could very well be the scariest start to any Naya deck that you can imagine. Go ahead, block all you want. Gideon, Champion of Justice, is hands down the best art I've seen on a Planeswalker this side of Mr. Mind Sculptor. Hell yeah, Gideon! There's only one problem. As a Planeswalker, sucks. I know. The problem is this. Gideon Jura, Esquire, was quite the badass because he could not only stop your opponents from attacking you, he could kill anything that attacked you last turn that just so happened to be tapped. They're all in on a big fatty. Down came the 5-drop of Doom, and he still freaking lived, ready to do terrible things in the future, like make them attack him and not you. Now, where Gideon is actually good is when you stop thinking of him as a Planeswalker. Just imagine him as a really weird creature, one that blinks out of the red zone during your opponent's turn and generally just continues to attack every turn thereafter. Now, why is he thought of this way? Because he can't protect himself. Hell, he can't even protect you. He just gains some counters, your opponent shrugs and just bashes you in with Thrag Tusks. If he +1s and gains 11 counters, guess what, detective? You're probably dead next turn because your opponent has 11 creatures in play. It's not even a bomb and commander because it's target opponent, not every opponent. So you on an empty board, you play him, you +1, you pass, now you have a 5/5 indestructible guy that can't be hit with sorcery speed creature removal. Great. Next. This is how underwhelming Gideon is. I'm more excited to talk about the Extort Bear. Syndic of Ties is the answer to my question a few weeks ago when I asked a Tide Hollow Scholar with Extort with no abilities would get there. Well, this time it's just a white and a colorless mana, and it will be an absolute beast in cube and limited. Anything you play after turn 2 suddenly having a kicker of Drain Life is no joke, people. 2 other exciting guys that snuck up on me were Cloudfin Raptor and Experiment 1. Chapin is already all over this one in a recent article, as Evolve is very powerful once it gets started, and I'm not sure what is going on with Gyre Sage. The crowd is kind of mixed. One half thinks it's terrible and the other just thinks it's insane. I don't know. Did you see the reprint of Pongify? Hell yeah, frog lizards! Simic is so deliciously weird. Check out Shamble Shark. That is friggin' awesome. It's a fish crab, for God's sake. Fishy, crabby, leggy poo thing. What? One card that is flying under the radar and shouldn't be is Cryptghast. Look, people, Gavin literally explains in his article that they wanted Extort to go big and impact constructed, and Mono Black is going to be a thing. Get your Mutilates now because Boros Charm doesn't do anything against them. Untap with Cryptghast, play my 5th swamp, and suddenly I have 10 black mana? How do you lose from that position? And with all of your spells also having Extort just for value? I mean, damn, this set, it just gives and gives. And how good is Cypher? I don't know, but Stolen Identity looks absolutely absurd. I mean, you play it, you get a copy of their Thrag Tusk, you encode it onto Invisible Stalker, you hit them again, you get another Thrag Tusk. I mean, this card is scary, even at 6 mana. They just couldn't price it any lower and get away with it. Biovisionary, is a card. Real, actual card. It's also a human. There's also Angel of Glory's Rise. I'm just going to leave you guys together. Let you figure it out. So how's about that Gruul mechanic? Turns out that my guesstimate based on the original spoiler was kind of half right, and further spoilers have shown it to be quite the powerhouse and limited. I mean, Gore Clan Rampager is sick. +4/+4 and trample for 2 mana. You realize this is absurd and no existing pump spell has ever gotten near those stats. I mean, geez, here I was excited about old Zertaw Swine. +5/+4 for 3 mana is again absurd, and seriously, Wizards, Zertaw, I fear for future card names. Alright, we'll be right back after this short break. The Magic Show is brought to you by StarCityGames.com, and check this out. On February 22nd through 24th, StarCityGames.com is proud to present Grand Prix Charlotte with $30,000 in cash prizes, a gold rush that is twice as big as before, a huge standard event on Sunday taking the winner on a free trip to GP Miami in June. This is the can't-miss Magic event of the year. Find out all the info and more at gpcharlotte.com. Anyway, Prey Upon just got real with the debut of Pit Fight. Oh man, I love it. And Biomass Mutation. Oh, look at the Freakazoids hanging out, destroying the city in that art. Wow, Overrun is back, baby. Meanwhile, Zamek Guildmage is a real card. I mean, Undying is a mechanic, right? And not only does this reward you for removing the Undying's counter, it nets you a card for serious. And that evolved mechanic with dudes like Experiment 1. Wow, but if we're gushing over Extort Bear earlier, let's keep going and look at the Extort 1-drop, a spicy number of Throw Parasite. I love it. And the side ability to remove your own Undying cards +1/+1 counters or mess up evolved creatures from your opponent. And how about counters from their Planeswalkers? This card is very, very good for a 1-mana 1/1. Surprised it's not rare, honestly. Clan Defiance is next, and I just want to make sure everyone realizes this says choose one or more. That means, yes, you can get all 3. You can get your chocolate, you can get your peanut butter, you can get your ice cream all in one whack. Killed this and that, and how does it taste? It's not exactly Bonfire of the Damned, but it's damn good. Barreling on, it's necessary to note that Duskmantle Guildmage and Jace Memory Adept are potential instant kill. I get it. You activate the Guildmage's ability twice, Jace mills them for 10, they lose 20, you take a sip from your drink in the bar at Magical Christmas Land, try not to poke yourself in the eye with that little umbrella. While this is super cool and fun, this combo is not standard viable. There's just too much removal, people. Speaking of super cool and fun, I want to congratulate whoever designed High Priest of Penance as the best Johnny card I've seen in years. Holy crap! You just can't look at this card and not go, oh my god, how do I do it forever? Because you just wanna. You wanna make him indestructible or pump his toughness and Staticaster him or do whatever it takes to make him Maelstrom Pulse all the things. My god! So many cool cards. Let's keep going. Lazav is the real freaking deal. Why? Because he says from anywhere. That is silly. You thought Scour, ding, he's a Restoration Angel. You thought Scour again, ding, he's a Greater Hoof Behemoth, nice deck. He's anything you want him to be, whether you're using removal on their best creatures on the battlefield or using Nephelia Drownyard to maximum efficiency. I love this guy. He's going directly into my cube. For the mill enthusiasts out there, just like Glimpse the Unthinkable, R&D gave you another awesome card on a Ravnica block with Mind Grind. Look at it this way, people. Glimpse is a $20 card. Mind Funeral, the card that this thing emulates the most, is a $4 uncommon. This card is just perfect for all the casuals out there, so get lots of copies and sit on them. You'll thank me in a few years. But before we get out of here, I gotta cover the heavy hitters. Obzadot, best name ever, is Ghost Council bigger and badder, and holy crap, it's just amazing. Does it really blink itself out and give itself haste on the way back in while draining too, so it's basically a 7/5 for 5 mana that can't be hit with any of your sorcery removal? It is pushed in all the right ways, but Prime Speaker Zagana is officially a badass. She is amazing. She is perfect for Bant. She will do all sorts of unfair things and draw a massive crap ton of cards. In a ramp deck full of Swag Tusks and Urban Evolution, another awesome card, she is primed to kick serious butt in the coming months. But lastly, gotta talk about Aurelius Fury. Holy my god, I can't freaking believe this card exists. This card is just amazing. It's just, I don't know how to fully accurately explain the power of this card, but it's immense. It's a pseudo time walk. It does absolutely everything you want to do when you're playing an aggressive red-white deck. It is so aggressively costed at just 2 mana, and X when double of either of those color requirements would have been just fine. It taps the creatures. All they can play is creatures, and you can play it before you attack or during their upkeep, and it's just, seriously, this card is an absolute all-star, constructed, monster, casual, powerhouse. Foils of this card are going to be insanely expensive for years, will continue to rise in value because the name is incredibly specific, and it's rare that it will be reprinted in its current form. The same reason a foil Kozilek is $80 right now, and not slowing down. So, Gatecrash. First pass, not even close to going over all the goodness, but I've covered a lot. This is another big set. It has all sorts of crazy combos in what is already shaping up to be a crazy fun limited environment, and Standard is headed for a huge influx of new Shocklands, amazing mythics, and some serious role players. I will see you guys here next week, where we will go over the next Boros spoilers. Until next time, Magic players, this is Evan Irwin, tapping the cards so you don't have to.
Like the fatties.